I want to talk to you today about reigniting your love with fruit.
I'm gonna make a change.
Hello, Jade here, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about reigniting your love with fruit. Now, it's really amazing how things sort of happen at the right time. Now, like most people, for the last 5 weeks, I've pretty much been in lockdown due to the world pandemic. And like most people, I'm getting a little bit tired, a little bit bored, a little bit sick of just being stuck indoors. And last night I interviewed a girl, her name's Lexi, and she's been in the raw vegan movement for a year, and she is just on fire for fruit. She's just madly in love with fruit. And it was amazing. When I was interviewing her, it really brought back a lot of memories of when I first started on fruit. And I can remember for the first 2 years on fruit, I just wanted to scream it to the rooftops and tell as many as people as possible, eat fruit, eat fruit. And I was just for anybody. And that's where she's at the moment. And I just loved her. And I woke up in the morning, I thought, how can I get that love back again? I kind of remind myself at the moment, my relationship with fruit, it's like a 20-year marriage. You know, you're together, it's the same old thing. And, nothing beats a new romance. Nothing beats the butterflies in your stomach, the excitement you get when you hear that person's voice and you think about them and you're always reminiscing and thinking, oh. And I was just thinking, I want that with fruit again. I want that feeling where my whole life is obsessed with fruit. And I thought, how can I get there? And I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, as you do. Look, I go to bed really early and I wake up really early, but 4 is ultra early for me. So I wake up at 4 this morning. I thought, you know what? I need to just fall in love with fruit again. And I'm not just talking fall in love, I'm talking madly and passionately, and I want to stoke the embers and build a flame so that I'm so ignited for fruit again. And I thought, how can I do this? So as I do, I got out my Instagram and started posting. I started posting about my gratitude towards fruit and the things I love about fruit. And number one, of course, is the hydration. Number two is what it's done for my skin. I used to have cystic acne everywhere. So it's cleared my skin. The energy I get from fruit. The desire I get to eat fruit, the taste of it, the satiation, lack of cravings when ensure I've eaten enough. All those things that fruit does for my life, the positive amount of things that fruit has brought into my life. I mean, for me, eating fruit has changed me as a person. People thinking, well, can it? Of course it can. Eve ate an apple and it changed the whole world. Of course fruit can change you. Fruit does a lot. But fruit for me, it's done so much. It opened the borders so that I had room for further growth, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. So it's not just fruit, what it's done for me internally and externally, it's what it's done for my head. And, I always say it's changed my heart, my soul, my mind. And it has. And see, talking about it makes you love it so much more and makes you, stumble head over heels in love with it again. And I just want to be madly in love with fruit again. And I just want to be screaming it off the rooftops again, telling people eat fruit. It's just an amazing thing. It does so many wonderful things for you. So yesterday, by freak of nature, before I actually interviewed Lexi, I'd made a decision to eat all fruit all day. And to be honest with you, the dinner basically came down to a little bit of laziness. because I knew I was having the phone call at 8 o'clock with Lexi. And prior to that, I've been getting into a little bit of Netflix mini series, and I wanted to watch an episode in the series, and I thought, what if we just have fruit? So I thought, okay, we'll just have a fruity dinner. And then when I had the conversation with her, I thought, wow, I've been fruity all day. So when I woke up in the morning today, I thought, why not be fruity all day again? And when I say fruity, you're probably thinking, but don't you eat raw? I do, but I predominantly at night always have a huge salad, and I usually have a big dressing on it. And during the day, I usually have celery or lettuce or something like that with my fruit. But I didn't have that yesterday. I had completely all fruit. It was just one of those things that ended up happening yesterday. I had all fruit. And I thought, why not do it again today? And I'm going to do it for the next 7 days. And I'm going to do it for the next 7 days for a reason. I just want to spark my love for fruit. And you don't get a high like you do a fruity high. When you're just on all fruit, that fruity high you get is just amazing. And I'm going to be writing down every day all the things I love about fruit, what makes me feel good on fruit, how I feel my best on fruit, blah, 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 so that I can fall madly in love with eating fruit again. Now, I wanted to be clear, I've never not loved fruit, because I do, but that's what I said. It was just becoming like a married couple, so I'm just reigniting it. But look, there's other great reasons when you to eat just fruit. And I'm not saying all the time, because I'm a huge promoter of eating greens, and especially for people who are transitioning to this lifestyle, I do recommend greens because you need it for satiation. Nothing satiates you like greens, and eating enough fruit, that is. But I've been on this lifestyle for a long time. So for me, I've built concrete habits, and it's not like I'm all of a sudden going to revert to eating meat or anything like that. Those things aren't going to happen. The only thing that would happen is I might crave some lettuce or celery or something like that. And if that happened, guess what? Then I just eat it. It's not like I'm binding myself into eating all fruit. But I want to give it a try. And look, I love it when I eat all fruit. And I'll tell you for why. Because usually at dinner time, I have a beautiful dressing, and I openly admit I eat green onions and spices and things like that. When you take spices out of your lifestyle, when you're eating as clean as a raw vegan does, and you are eating clean, you're eating basically the way nature designed us to eat, except we use blenders and juices and whatever. But, we've got to roll with the times. It's 2020. But when you're not having those spices and stuff, because what happens is our brain has this massive computer in it. And look, I'm long gone sitting around going, oh, I need a pizza, oh, I need this or whatever. I don't get that. I get the trigger memory cravings, and our memory is an amazing thing, and at certain times when you're sad or you're lonely or you're upset or happy or whatever, your brain will play tricks on you. And sometimes I might have something that tastes absolutely divine, and something will go in my brain where it goes, oh, and it'll pull out a file in my brain. I call it a file because that's what it is. Pulls out a file, and it remembers a flavour, and it might bring me to a place. You know how all of a sudden you say, gee, I feel like lasagna, and think, where did that come from? I didn't even see lasagna on the TV or, on a billboard or anything. Why am I craving that? Because something has just recollected a memory in your brain, and it's generally a good memory. Our brain sort of says, that's where you felt good. But it's not that you felt good because of that lasagna. It might have been a great time in your life. You might have been it might be a birthday event or a celebration with family. You've had a really happy, nice night, and that's in a feel-good place in your brain that your brain says, feel good, lasagna. So it all sort of counteracts. So what I'm basically saying is, when you're pulling out every spice, every even green onions can do it. I love green onions. Like, I put 4 to 5 in one dressing. But once you pull everything out, it eliminates all craving. And so you're not having any cravings and you're just getting this massive fruity high, which I'm getting really excited for because I'm 1.5 days in, and I know by day 3 I'm going to be like up here. By day 6 I'll be in euphoria, because there's nothing more euphoric than eating just fruit. And look, I'm getting excited thinking about it, and that's how I'm reigniting my passion. And as well, I'm going to be writing down, as I said, all the things that I love about fruit and I enjoy about fruit. And I'm just reminding myself over and over, to the extent I'm sort of being a little bit childhood. I'm sort of pulling into my inner child. I was doing my hair this morning just before I was teaching online. Hence, I've got this board behind me while I'm teaching online. It's just so the kids don't get distracted and look whatever else is in my place. And I was brushing my hair, and all of a sudden I started going, fruit, like just an idiot. And but I felt good, and I was like, yeah, I'm starting to feel really good, and I'm just starting to love fruit. So I'm going to fall madly in love with it again. And I want to feel madly in love with it. I want that feeling again. I want that feeling of, my God, I love fruit and it's the greatest thing on earth. And I want to be sharing that with people. I want to be sharing that over and over with people, because fruit has done so much for my health and it's done so much for my life, that I want to be able to keep spreading the message. And a lady said to me the other day, we all need support and we all need motivation. And she's so right. And I used to pride myself in getting on YouTube and offering so much support to people in transitioning to the raw vegan lifestyle. And I guess, like everything, is sort of outgrow. It wasn't outgrow. My life expanded. You know, I started teaching here in Vietnam. I started volunteering in the orphanage. You know, I had my own trials. Life happens. And, you know, I put it sort of to the side. And I don't want to do that anymore. I love fruit. I love promoting fruit. I love promoting the 80-10-10 lifestyle. Nothing will ever change. If you want to start this lifestyle, read this book. Know the basics. And just grow in this lifestyle. But if you're like me, a long-termer in this movement, and you just want to rekindle your love for fruit, do what I'm doing. Just have a week. Just have a week where you say, you know what, I'm going to fruit the F up. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to fruit it up and just really enjoy fruit and love it. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you're keen to ignite your love for fruit again, leave a comment below and tell me what you're going to do. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to my channel. And most importantly, love life, live free, and be kind to the number one person in your life, you. Thanks for watching. See you soon.